Every first-time mother has these feelings.
Welcome back, everyone. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most intriguing and, let's be honest, most suspicious characters of the season, Tillie. Whether she's lurking at just the right moments, pushing Fatima toward some dark decisions, or showing up with strange items that only raise more questions, Tillie has been dropping hints that she's up to no good. Is she really who she seems to be? Or could she be hiding something far more sinister? In this video, we're breaking down all the clues, theories, and evidence that suggest Tillie might be the mastermind of some dark forces in town. So sit back, grab your popcorn, and let's uncover the mystery behind Tillie's twisted motives. Now let's watch the first theory.
Now that From Season 3 is out, I will break down theories and development of each character, and I wanted to start off with the most suspicious person on the show, Tillie. When we first met Tillie, she was coming on the bus in Season 2 with Elgin and Christy. I have two major theories about Tillie. The first one being that she is a witch that is controlling and influencing the people of town to purposefully have hope, and she sacrificed these 7 children that Jade found last season down in the well that were saying Ankui, because she tells one of the characters in the last season that she had 7 grandchildren. The second theory is that Tillie is actually one of the monsters from In the Woods, probably the oldest one, possibly the leader or queen of the monsters, and has further capabilities than they do. She can appear during the day, she doesn't have to worry about the talismans, and she maybe possibly could move freely in and out of Frumland into the real world. And if you've seen the new movie The Watchers, then you might know what I'm talking about with that second theory. At the beginning of Season 2, we see Tillie getting off the bus and immediately starting to dance in the rain like she doesn't have a care in the world. That could be because she has been diagnosed with a terminal illness that, she just wants to enjoy the last few days of her life. It is pretty weird that as the rain arrives in Frumland for the first time, Tillie is also arriving as well as all the other people on the bus. And then for whatever reason, she decides to leave Christy, Mariel's girlfriend, a bottle of a specific thing that Christy was addicted to. In that episode, after the events of that taking place in that same building, there was somebody that had a dream about one of the monsters. And now we have this season Elgin having a dream about this Banshee woman and Tillie being present in the dream. And that's why I'm leaning more towards the theory that she's a witch. Because I think if she is a witch, maybe she's in control of the monsters and she's spying for them, or she is purposely trying to feed hope into the people of the town, as she does in every one of her scenes give the most optimistic statements. At the end of last season, when Boyd sees the entity of his wife, she tells him that the only way to feed the forest and to keep it going is to give it hope. And she asks him to give up hope. Well, Tillie is there to seemingly inspire it. In fact, her character in Season 3 starts off very optimistically, giving Ellis hope that Fatima's going to be okay and that the first few months of pregnancy are really difficult. And we know that she had 7 grandchildren, right? And that there are 7 stones in the well where the Ankui kids are. There is a point in Season 2 where Boyd and Tillie have a conversation, and she's kind of like instigating some things during that conversation with Boyd. And right after that, things start to get really weird and wild for Boyd. He starts like seeing a lot more things. Something is off about that. Every time this woman is cheerful or optimistic, something bad is happening at Colony House. In the last season, it was the thunderstorm and all the electricity going out as she was dancing in the rain. Then as soon as she's giving Ellis comfort is when Donna comes up to Ellis to inform him that all the food has been spoiled. Ever since her arrival in Frumland, the weather has started changing, the trees have started moving, houses have started falling, like different things have started happening since she arrived. So could it be that maybe if she was there in the past, if she is a witch or one of the greater monsters that has more power and can enter and exit freely and was visiting outside of Frumland and comes back, that she and her powers reactivate, or her presence reactivates all these things that could happen that Victor hasn't even seen before? Because while she is filling them with hope, they are feeling nothing but the opposite, despair. And the more despair the people of the town and the people of Colony House feel, it seems that the more things like snow for the first time will start happening to them, and they will have to figure out how to survive in these new circumstances. I don't know, girl. Tillie, you are really, really, really suspicious, and I think we're going to find out that something has been up with you this entire time.
This lady right here, Miss Tillie, is suspicious. If you're somebody that likes to watch psychological thrillers, I feel like suspecting that the suspicious person is suspicious or has something to do with the supernatural, like specifically like what's happening within this town in particular, that's what they want you to think. Which I feel like sometimes can like give pushback on not wanting to assume too much or thinking like maybe that's what they want me to think. But no, Miss Tillie right here, this lady is someone that we all need to be watching out for. There's something very dark about her energy that I feel like it contradicts the town, but it also feels like she's very familiar with whatever it is that's going on there. Now, from what we've seen in the last episode, episode 3, Tillie is definitely giving witch, like Tillie is a witch. Now, a witch does not always necessarily mean bad, but a witch in this case scenario, like Tillie, doesn't feel good. And here's why. Tillie's energy in this town contradicts everything that happens. So when she first got off the bus, she was super calm. She's dancing, she's happy, she's in Moraine. That same night, so many people had died from the monsters. So when it comes to Fatima, not only did she predict that she was pregnant, but she's also trying really hard to gain her trust. And I feel like for that reason in particular, we need to watch for Tillie. She has a very dark glare. And I don't think that I'm the only person that realizes this, but something in her eyes just feel very soulless. When she's staring at Fatima eating the rotten fruit, I genuinely was like, is something bad about to happen? But she starts to try to relate to Fatima by telling her about licking the inside of eggshells. Now, this particular scene made me feel uncomfortable because I can tell that she's trying her hardest to manipulate Fatima into trusting her in some way. And then she does the tarot cards, and this part is the part that we all need to be watching out for. She draws 4 cards, and then she tells Fatima to ask a question. So Fatima asks, "Is my baby okay?" Which follows crows just flying into the window. And then one of them dies. She also appears in Elgin's dream that he had, which was a nightmare. And something about her energy was so scary. I don't know if I'm the only person that realizes this, but bottom line is that we should all be watching Tillie, and if y'all recognized anything from her dancing and the way that she was doing her ballerina thing, it kind of feels very similar to this situation. Now, this is when Boyd was inside the church and the ballerina appeared and she was very joyous and she's hopping around and she's dancing around him, but then she turns out to be a demon. And I feel like we have to kind of be on the lookout for Tillie because she just gives that she is an advanced demon and that she's able to communicate and be in the houses with the talisman, and she's probably trying to gain trust. Which also leads me to believe that she's cultivating plans with these things and these entities and beings that come out at night, and she helped them with Tiaishin dying from releasing the animals. If y'all have any theories, please feel free to comment and also follow because we need a community here. We are a community, period.
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe.